So I always say, if you are not interested in your own horoscope, who else would be? Okay. It's like a letter that has been given to you and you never opened it at all, and or maybe you can compare it to, suppose you buy a machine, any gadget, and then someone gives you a manual along with it. It always comes along with a manual, how to use it, what not to do with the gadget, what to do with it, how to take best advantage of it. Now, the problem with astrology is that what we think about astrology itself sometimes is not correct. For example, there is a famous video, a popular video on astrology. Bill Nye on astrology. He says he demolishes astrology in less than a minute. And you must watch that video. He's a scientist. Bill Nye is a scientist. And he says, look, all of you astrologers are making a big mistake, because if you expect the sun to be in Capricorn, it is not in Capricorn, it is in Aquarius. But if you bring it to the Indian way of doing the horoscope, you will know that wherever the planets are, we don't use that position. We reduce it by a factor called the Ayanamsha and bring it back. So had Bill Nye known about this, he would definitely not have spoken about it. So this factor is called Ayanamsha. If you're qualified enough, you will get into Harvard. If you're not, you will not. So something like that. So if you find someone taking birth in a very affluential family and another boy taking birth in maybe a slum dwelling, obviously there is something behind that person. So he has accumulated some kind of credit points, advantages, which allows him to take birth there. But in this, suppose I show you my mark sheet and you will actually find out that I was weak in a particular subject. And without even having known anything about my school days, you can say, Mr. Dhilip, I'm sure you didn't do justice to this subject. If I ask you, how do you know? You'll say, yeah, I know it because I can see your mark sheet. If you look into your horoscope, the easiest way to start off understanding karma is where maximum karma is. It is usually in house number 6, 8, and 12. Easy way to start reading a chart. So whenever I see planets in 6 and 12, I tell them this is payback life. It's payback time. It's not an unalterable fate. You can square it up as quickly as you want, but there would be some payment to be done. So whenever I see the 5th house problem, like 5th lord in the 12th, what does it mean? If a child is born with 5th lord in the 12th, it actually means that the child gave up this atma, this soul, where in its previous life, gave up on a child, deserted a child, walked away from a child. Because the 12th house is losing a child. It says that a person, a grihastha, that a person who is leading a worldly life, in contrasting to a renounced person, a sannyas. So worldly people are those who are not sannyas. So if a worldly person does not beget children, he will go to hell, or he or she will go to hell in the next birth. And here again, we are not talking about the typical concepts of heaven and hell, which is how the world looks at it. The Christian world, the Hindu world, or the Islamic world always says that there is an eternal place for us after this life, because they consider it as this is the first and last time we are born. After this, we either go to hell or heaven. So that is an eternal, what we call damnation, or you will be forever in heaven. So we are not talking about that. We are talking about heaven and hell is right now on earth. If you go to some of the countries in Africa, that is the hellish place. And if you go to the rich countries, that is the heavenish place. So we have in-between states. And we only play around here. We don't go anywhere else. So earth is very important, at least you can guess, because all the gods are concentrating on earth only. So they're so much concerned about us. So we have, when we say a childless person, living in the world normally without getting sannyas, is without a child, then the next best thing that the person can do is to take care of someone else's child and settle that score. So actually change is possible. But in most cases, we will not change. This is the only reason why astrology is working. It is working because it just assumes that we will not change. So when any prediction works, it is because, I mean, at least the challenging ones, what we call as the negative prediction works, it's only because we have not either heeded to the warning or we have refused to change. So remedies are usually do-it-yourself type, should be do-it-yourself type. If you know about the medical vaccines, how medical vaccines work, that is also one of the basis for astrological remedies. Whatever the fault in your horoscope, find the solution from the same fault. For example, in polio vaccine, the polio vaccine contains something taken from polio itself. The disease-causing virus is being utilized to prepare the vaccine, and that is given to a child. Suppose you find a line like this, you can easily infer that this person has demolished places of worship in his past life. He has spoken against God. He wanted God to be removed. And when you remove God, the devil gets in. It's like saying if you remove the good thoughts, the bad thoughts will come in because there is a vacuum. The reason for getting pain is we inflicted pain on others. And so you ask anybody who's having pain in the body, they will say, it's just coming from nowhere. If somebody hits you and then you get pain, you understand it very well. But suppose it comes from within. And then what do you want? What do you want people to do? They want to press you down. They want to give a lot of pressure on you. This is what we did in the past life. I once did a video, planets do not control us, but people didn't understand it properly. What I meant to say is that your karma is the real thing that is happening in your life. And the planets are just a means to understand your karma. And so don't blame it on the planets. If you read the horoscope with this in mind, you will use it like a tool for correction rather than prediction. But for doing any prayer to God, there's no side effects. No side effects at all. If I do that, this God, will it punish me? Will I have bad luck? Never. It will never happen. In India, but there's a lot of confusion. When I do the prayer to Rahu, I'm running into trouble. Prayers will never run into trouble anywhere. Conclusion, what I want to tell all of you is that it is your horoscope and you have to know more than anybody else. That's all. This is the message. It is your problem. So you should break your head and find out everything about your horoscope.